Why, hello friends. It has been a while. I believe my last video was my 2018 setup. Between 3 young kids and grad school and an Etsy shop, non-planner related, I just have not had time to film. And honestly, I stayed in my Hobonichi weeks all of last year, so there really wasn't that much to show. There was nothing new or exciting, and I wasn't going to change up what was working for me just for content. So I'm glad for those of you that are still here. I wanted to share my setup because it is something different than what I was doing. I am back in a traveler's notebook, and I have made my entire planning system using field notes notebooks. I know after all these years of planning what works for me, and so since I couldn't find what I wanted in a store, I decided to just make it on my own. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This notebook is a ChicSparrow Mr. Darcy in buttered rum. And this I have had for a while. It's pocket size. I've had it for years, and honestly, it was living in its cloth bag in a drawer of my nightstand because I loved the buttered rum color, and I didn't want it to darken with age or with the sun or anything or get all marked up. I don't know why, but for some reason I decided that rather than use it, I would just try and preserve it. And I decided that was stupid. So now I'm using it. As you can see, I've only been using it since January. It's already got some dings, some marks. I'm not doing anything intentional to distress it, but it gets thrown in my bag because I don't baby my stuff, because 3 kids, grad school, and so on. So the band here is just a Tim Holtz band. It says Embrace Imperfection, kind of goes with the dings and all that, reminding me to just enjoy this season of life and all that comes with it. So let's dive on in. In the front here, I'm using this as my wallet as well, and I thought about putting my cards and all in this part, but then decided not to. I decided that it would be better to just have it be something pretty that would make me happy. So I stuck on some Post-it notes that actually are pretty durable. This was actually a gift tag from the Target dollar spot that I just cut down to fit. I think this is a Kate Spade clip, and this I got in some Happy Mail at some point, but I just like having it peeking out to remind me that I am loved. In this back full pocket here, I just have some business cards from my Etsy shop, so I have them on hand to hand out. So getting into the bulk of the actual planning system, this is, again, these are all field notes notebooks. I've had subscriptions a couple of times, so I had plenty that weren't being used and decided to go ahead and use them. This is from the Coastal collection from this past year. I love it. It's pretty. It's part of my coast is on here. I don't live on the coast, but we visit the coast. On the inside here, I just have a picture of my 3 boys that I've printed out and stuck on here. Not very well with washi tape, just so I can have that with me. And then for my page marker, it's just a piece of acetate, frosted, and the word breathe from a sticker pack is on there because that is my word for 2019. A reminder to practice mindfulness in all that I do. And then I just have a little slit with a paper clip stuck through it to stick it on. So this first book is my monthly. It's where I do all of my forward planning, all appointments, birthdays, anything with a time coming up. And I, again, made it all from scratch. So I figured out the lines and the spacing that I wanted, and was able to do 2 years in here because for the last month of 2020, I tore out a sheet of paper from another one of my coastal packs and washi taped it in, so I was able to get all from January 2019 all the way through to December 2020, all in one notebook. So I'm planning on using this system for a while, and I wanted to go ahead and get it all done so I can do all the forward planning I need. I don't do any decorating or anything fancy with it, except for I will use washi tape for things that are going on an entire week. Yeah, not too much here. This is all just very practical planning that I need for my forward planning. I apologize if you can hear my kids shrieking downstairs. They're playing, they're fine, I swear, but one of them's a toddler and he screams. So that's what that is. Apologies for any distraction. So that's book 1. Book 2, this is from the 3 Missions collection, again from this year with field notes. This is my first of my weekly planning. So again, I know what I like after years. I know what I need after several years of paper planning. So this, I wanted to, it's kind of in a bullet journal sort of style, but it's just what, I did incorporate some stickers, which I'll show. It's what works for me. So again, I have a, well not again, but I have a Target Dollar Spot clear pocket here that I have some stickers that I've made for the stuff that I don't want to write out. We cloth diaper, so I have my diaper stickers that I made so I can stick in to remember one of my kids' extracurricular activities. I lead a free forest school, and so every Wednesday I mark that. This is for kids' libraries needing to return books, and the toddler is screaming, so I may need to investigate that. If I go away in a second, you'll know why. Leche League, and then a baby wearing group that I volunteer with, and then some play date stickers. So those are ones that I just want to have on hand. They're mostly recurring events or recurring to-dos so that I can mark them without having to write them repeatedly. I go to the week that I need with an ollie clip. This is a yoga one, it's like 2014, 2015 maybe. I'm not sure when this was released, but I've held on to it. And yeah, my weekly spread, this was my first one, so I didn't quite, what I learned from this one was that I need to have contrasting colors so I can tell the date versus my to-dos pretty easily. So you can see kind of how I use these stickers there. And so I have one page that's the weekly spread. It's divided equally for each of the days. I do a Monday start because that keeps me sane. And then I have a this week category for anything that can happen at any point over the week. The next page I have meals, my weekly chart, and groceries. I'll go through this on a future one a little bit more detail, but just kind of flipping through to bring us to the present. And then I have a blank one for the next week just to kind of show how I have it set up without the distracting stickers and text in there. So I will, the way that I plan is I have my weekly spread. I will go to my monthly, see what things need to be carried over and written down. I started this past week trying to kind of do left side is appointments, right side is to-dos, just so I can kind of group them and see at a glance what's going on. I also add in things like hiking workouts and such, birthdays. So I'm trying now to do left side appointments, right side to-dos, just to keep them organized. And then I've got my meal planning. I just plan for dinners because breakfast and lunch, I just don't need to meal plan for those. I usually am eating leftovers and then feeding the kid, the toddler, and then the boys, my big boys are at school for lunch at least, and my husband's at work. So just dinners and just Monday through Friday, because on the weekends we either do leftovers or grill out, or occasionally we'll go out or something like that. So I just do Monday through Friday. And then my weekly chart, it's a combination of cleaning things I need to do, mostly so I can look back and see how long exactly it's been since I last did the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then some to-dos or habit tracking. So I have reading, that's not me reading, that's me reading aloud to my kids. I try to read aloud to them every day for at least 15 minutes, usually a lot more. So I'm kind of keeping track of that. Yoga, I'm doing the Yoga with Adrian's 30-day challenge. I'll try to remember to link down below that. It's really cool. I've been enjoying that, and so I'm tracking doing that, and then packing snacks for my kids, my 2 school-age kids, and then the rest are just cleaning to-dos. And then I have a whole page for my grocery list, any errands or anything, or just any additional notes. I might at some point incorporate a quote down here, but currently I haven't gotten around to that. But this is all, the rest is just blank. I set them up as I go the Sunday before the week starts, and once this one is done, then I can take it out and put in the next one. So next I have just an insert of the maybe Traveler's Notebook, it may be the passport size, Midori brand of card insert. I'm covering up. I don't have anything in this full pocket here, and I just have, I forgot to take out my driver's license and then my credit card right there. So I'm just covering that up. This is just my wallet portion. I have store loyalty cards and insurance cards and all the other cards that you need on a day-to-day basis in a little pouch that stays in my bag. So this is all just the things that I would use basically for paying or identification. So if I need to just run to the store right quick, I can just grab this instead of my bag. The zip pouch just has some coins and cash in it, and that's all. So, wow, my kids are loud. I'm really sorry if this is coming through. So then I made just a little folder. I'm currently studying to be a librarian. That's what grad school is. I'm in my final semester for that, so I thought this card catalog paper was nice. So any little bits of paper that I need to stick in, any coupons or anything that I want, I have this. Currently don't have anything in it. This is a field notes from the Snowblind collection. It's neat because when you're in daylight, it turns to a really pretty blue, but anything that's blocking it, like you can do your handprint or something like that, is a really cool effect. This is kind of like a Commonplace book, kind of like the collections of a bullet journal, just things I might need to reference. I don't have it fully filled out, even these sections right now, but just to give you an idea of the sort of things. So I had planned on doing my first page as the clothing sizes and leaving this page blank, but I messed it up and got some pages stuck together. So instead, I have kind of an introduction thing before I get to the bulk of it, and that's okay. Live with it. Embrace imperfection, as this says. So this is going to be my index. Right here, I haven't, again, finished filling this out because I feel like this is kind of personal. I've done a video before on my level 10 goals, but I was kind of revisiting that for the new year because I haven't kept up with that as much in the past year. So level 10 life, I will link down below my video on it, but I haven't done my rating, and since I screwed up my areas and now have this blank page, I decided to put my major goals from the ones I'll get to in a second here. Just haven't done it yet. Clothing sizes for my husband and my 3 boys, to just keep track of if I'm out, quick reference. Level 10 life goals, again, reference the video if you don't know what level 10 life is, but these are the ones that I came up for 2019, probably 2020 as well. Some of them are bigger, some are smaller, as you do with level 10 life. So I have 100 goals here to kind of refocus these areas of my life. And then the next section I haven't done yet because it's going to be kind of location specific, and so I didn't want to fill that out before filming. That's dining. I'm awful about figuring out where I want to eat if we go out. It's like every cliche possible. And so what I always keep, my mom did it too, and we always rolled our eyes at her. But it's helpful for me, I'm realizing now, and I see why she did it. Oh, progress, maturity. I organize by location. So if we're near the town where we live in, then I'll do that. If we're near some of the certain shopping developments, that I break down by those areas, what restaurants are available. If we're downtown in the major city that we're a suburb of, then I have that. So I have them all organized so I can look based on where we are as we're trying to figure out where we want to eat, and get some ideas from that. A lot of people probably don't need that, but it's something that's helpful for me. And again, your planning system is for you. So I have the bottom pages numbered for the first half of the notebook at least. You see right down there. So this will be filled in with other things that I might need, again, on the go. I have other notebooks with systems for more family management, home management things. So this is strictly stuff that I might want to reference on the go. And the reason I do the level 10 life in here is so that I can really keep that focused and mindful, so that if I'm flipping through, if I have some downtime, I can focus on that, as well as with my forward planning. I make sure I'm incorporating these goals that I have. At the back, I just have another one of these dollar Air Spot pockets, and then this picture of my littlest. We had a major snowstorm in December, and he had hot chocolate for the first time, and this was just adorable to me. So I have that in there just because it makes me smile, but I'll add more pictures, of course, as the year goes on. Don't have anything, as I said, in the back of that folder. I don't currently have anything in the secretarial pocket, but again, it's just another place to stick things. My favorite pen is my Sharpie pen. I use it for everything, and it's in most of my notebooks. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Again, these are all just blank notebooks that I customized for my needs. It's working so far so good, so fingers crossed I can keep up with the system for the next couple of years. Obviously adapting, which is one of the great things about just using a blank notebook, is that as your needs change, as your season of life changes, as I'm sure it will in the next couple of years, over the next 2 years, I can adapt and do what works for me. I love that I'm using a pocket size notebook. If you followed me for a while, you know that personal size was my jam. Everything, traveler's notebooks, Filofax, I always did my planning in personal size because it was just what I felt like it was the smallest I could get. So the fact that I'm able to do this in a pocket size notebook, super exciting, y'all. At least to me it is. It's been a fun challenge to set this up and get this all into this smaller space, but I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, it was wonderful to be back. Again, I apologize for any background noise. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm hoping to maybe get some more update videos, different areas of my life. Some things have changed with my planning systems. KonMari's big again, thanks to the Netflix special, so maybe I'll make some more videos of that or just show how our past tidying has held up over the past couple of years. I hope that you all are having a wonderful 2019 so far, and whenever my next video is, I will see you then. Thanks so much. Bye.